students, welcome to our online classes. So we are going to start the chapter 1 super senses. I will be reading the chapter and the questions provided in the chapter will be there for your homework. So do that question and solve them as your homework. So let's begin. Super senses, chapter 1. Has this ever happened to you? You were eating in the playground, an eagle flew down and took away your roti. As you walked softly past a sleeping dog, its ears shot up at once. You dropped something sweet on the ground, and within minutes, many ants collected around it. Why does it happen? Think and tell. Animals also have different senses. They can see, hear, smell, taste, and feel. Some animals can see their prey from far away. Some can even hear the faintest sound. Some animals can find their friends by their smell. The animal world is full of examples and amazing senses. How did the ant recognize a friend? An ant was going along on the ground. It saw a group of ants coming from other side. The first ant quickly came back to its hole. The ant guarding the hole recognized it and let it in. Think and tell. How did the ant know that the other ants were not from its group? How did the guard ant recognize this ant? So you can do this activity as your homework. So we will move on to the next paragraph. Now carefully, without harming the insect, block their path for a while with a pencil. Now observe, how do the ants move? Many years ago, a scientist did many experiments like this. He found that as ant moves, they leave a smell on the ground. The other ants follow the smell to find the way. Now can you guess why the ants behave like that when you block their path? Some male insects can recognize their females by their smell. Now have you ever been troubled by mosquitoes? Just think, how do they know where you are? Mosquitoes can find you by the smell of your own body. They also find you by the smell of the sole of your feet and the heat of your body. Have you seen a dog sniffing here and there? What do you think it is trying to smell? Dogs mark out their own area on the road. They can make out if another dog has come into their area by the smell of its urine or spotty latrine. Discuss. Do the clothes of any of your family members smell? Whose? Did you ever come across any smell in a crowded place such as a fair, bus, train, etc.? Why so? Today Rajni had to go out for some important work. She had to leave her 6-month-old son Deepak with her sister Sushila. Sushila also has a baby of the same age. It was funny that both the babies did potty at the same time. She happily cleaned her daughter, but when she was cleaning her sister's son Deepak, she covered her nose with her dupatta. Think and discuss. So guys, I leave this question to you to do a group discussion and find out the answer and reply as comments. Also you can do this as your homework. Let's see. Write the name of a bird which has eyes in front of its head, like in humans. Write the name of some birds which have eyes on either side of the head. What is the size of their eyes as compared to the size of their head? Most of the birds have their eyes on either side of the head. Their eyes can focus on different things at a time. When they look straight ahead, both their eyes focus on the same object. You must have seen birds moving their neck very often. Do you know why? In most of the birds, eyes are fixed and cannot move. So birds have to turn their heads to see around. Looking with one or both eyes. Close your right eye or cover it with your hand. Tell your friend to stand to your right at some distance and ask him to do some action. Could you see your friend's action without moving your neck? Now try to look at your friend's action with both your eyes open but without moving your neck. What was the difference on looking with one or both eyes? Now toss a small ball or a coin and try to catch it. Try this with both your eyes open, then close one eye and try to catch it. When was it easier to catch? Imagine how it would have been to have your eyes in place of your ears. What would you be able to do then when you cannot do now? Some birds like kites, eagles, vultures can see 4 times as far as we can. These birds can see things from a distance of 8 meters what we can see from a distance of 2 meters. Now can you guess from what distance can an eagle in the sky can see a roti on the ground? Do animals see colors? Animals cannot see as many colors as we can. See how these things in these pictures will be seen by some animals. It is believed that animals that are awake in the daytime can see some colors. Those animals that are awake at night can see things only in the black and white colors. Sharp ear. Okay, I leave this to you guys. So read and try to understand the question and answer them as follows. Sounds and messages. High up on a tree, a langur warns others of dangers like a tiger or leopard. The langur does this by making a special warning call. Birds also give alarm calls to warn about the danger. Some birds even have different sounds for different kinds of dangers. For example, there is a different warning call if the enemy is coming from the sky or if the enemy is on the ground. Fishes give alarm call by electric signals. Some animals start behaving in a different way when an earthquake or storm is about to come. People who live in forest and can observe such behavior of animals come to know of the danger. In December 2004, few tribes that live in the forest of the Andaman Island noticed the animals behaving in a different manner. They guessed some danger, so they moved away to a safer place of the island. Soon after, the islands were hit by the tsunami, but these people were saved. Dolphins also make different sounds to give messages to each other. Scientists believe that many animals have a special language of their own. Say it with sounds. Just like birds and dolphins, you can also make your own language of sounds for giving messages. Remember, you have to talk to your friends with only sounds and no words. How and when will you need to give an alarm call? For example, when the teacher is coming to the classroom. Sleeping, waking. Some animals go into a long, deep sleep in certain seasons. Then they are not seen for many months. Have you noticed that during the cold season you cannot see any lizard in the house? Where do you think they have gone? Sloth. It looks like a bear, but it is not. It is a sloth. It spends almost 17 hours a day sleeping while hanging upside down on a tree branch. The sloth eats the leaves of the same tree on which it lives. It hardly needs anything else. When it has eaten enough leaves from that tree, it moves to the nearby tree. Sloth live for about 40 years, and in that time they move around only 8 years. Once a week it comes down from the tree to relieve itself. Given here is the sleeping time of some animals. Write below each picture for how many hours a day that animal sleeps. When you see different animals, do you have any question about them? Make a list of 10 such questions. A tiger can see 6 times better at night than most of us. The tiger's whiskers are very sensitive and can sense the movements or vibration in air. They help the tiger move in the dark and find its prey. A tiger's sense of hearing is so sharp that it can make out the difference between the rustling of leaves and the sound of an animal moving on the grass. The ears of the tiger can move in different directions, and this helps to catch the sound from all around. Tigers make different sounds for different purposes, like when it is angry or to call out to a tigress. It can also roar or snarl. Its roar can be heard up to 3 kilometers away. Each tiger has its own area which may cover several kilometers. Tigers mark their area with their urine. A tiger can at once come to know if there is another tiger in its area by the smell of the urine. A tiger will avoid going into another tiger's area. The tiger is one of the most alert animals, and yet today tigers are in danger. What do you think are some of the dangers to tigers in the jungle? Can human beings also be a threat to animals? How? Do you know that today many animals are killed and their parts are sold? Elephants are killed for their tusks, rhinoceros for its horns, tigers, crocodiles and snakes for their skin. Musk deer are killed just to make a little scent from its musk. People who kill animals are called hunters and poachers. The number of tigers and many other animals in our country is reducing. There is a danger that some of them will soon disappear. To protect the animals, our government has made some forests as protected areas. Some of them are the Jim Corbett National Park in Uttarakhand and Ghana in Bharatpur district of Rajasthan. In these areas, nobody can hunt animals or destroy the jungle. So, what we have learned from this chapter? We learned about many things, and it was about animals, how they use their senses. So make sure that you read the chapter twice or thrice until you understand. And since we finished this chapter, it's time for you to do your homework. So try to solve these questions as much as possible, and you can submit as replies in the comments below. So thank you, and next I will be uploading the next chapter. So stay tuned and all the best.